And let us say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. Thank you. Once again, we thank each and every one of you individually and all of you together collectively for the co-creation of this interaction. We would like to begin this transmission by stating the title, Shedding New Light on Negative Beliefs, and present to you a new way, a new perspective of looking at how negative beliefs function so that you can have a clearer idea of how to let them go, if that is what you prefer, of course. We have had many conversations with many of you in which people have stated that they feel certain energies that are blocking them, certain kinds of energies or forces that are preventing them from doing this or doing that. Sometimes even talking about the idea of external forces and external energies that don't allow them to do one thing or another, or are allowing them to feel that they are being controlled by some other kind of force or energy from somewhere. The first thing that is very important to understand in this concept that we are sharing with you today is that anything that you experience internally is your energy, no one else's. It cannot be any other way. You have your energy, and everything you experience in life is made of your energy, is happening in your energy. Now, this doesn't mean that there can't be other beings that you may be interacting with or aligning with that have their own energy and maybe have their own agendas and maybe have their own intentions. Whether they be beings that are human or non-human isn't the point. The point is that no matter what anyone else's agenda may be or intention toward you may be, the only way you can experience it is by matching the vibration with your own energy and thus creating a representation of what it is they may be attempting to pass along to you. But you're creating that experience, that internal experience of what you call their energy out of your own energy, because that's the only thing you have to work with, is you, in your reality. So the idea, bringing this down to the concept of beliefs, and more specifically, the idea of negative beliefs, we have talked about the idea how negative beliefs, like any belief, will attempt to perpetuate themselves, doing whatever they need to do to prevent you from letting go of them. But when you feel the idea, when you express the idea that some form of energy is stopping you from doing this or that, it's very important to remember that all you're actually feeling is your energy. Beliefs do not have their own energy in the context of this concept. They have to use your energy and get you to feel your energy in a certain way in order for you to have the experience that you are assigning to them as their energy. So they are borrowing your energy, siphoning off your energy, filtering your energy through the belief and reflecting it to you in a certain vibration that is representative of the belief in order to give you an experience that something else is controlling you, something else is forcing you, something else is pressing its energy upon you. But it's all you. Every single bit of it is your energy. So in order to make this idea a little bit clearer, we would like to use an analogy, since we have titled this Shedding Light, of the light bulb on your planet. A light bulb has no power of its own. You have to plug it in or screw it in to the socket where the energy, the electricity, is then capable of reaching the light bulb and illuminating it. Beliefs are like light bulbs. You are like the electric current. When you screw in a particular belief, then that is the bulb that lights up. But it doesn't have energy of its own. All you have to do is recognize that it is simply an, shall we say, delivery system that lets you know that energy is being run through it. It is an indicator that energy is being run through it and activating it, illuminating it, allowing you to experience that feeling, that sensation that the energy is coming from something somewhere, and I don't know where, and I don't know if I'm in control. But again, it's all you. And all you have to do is unscrew the light bulb, and it will go out. Stop feeding it the energy. It will have no way of illuminating. It will have no way of allowing you to feel anything. You will know you are not being controlled by anyone but yourself. But when you filter that electric current, that energy, through the light bulb belief system, you get what you are flowing the energy to. You get that particular light turning on. But you can turn it off very easily by understanding that it is something that has no energy on its own. You can imagine actually unscrewing that negative belief and being able to look at it in a neutral state for what it is. It's just a light bulb. It's just a device that lets you know where your energy is flowing. So if you don't prefer the feeling, if you don't prefer that feeling of some energy coming from somewhere or some force blocking you or preventing you from doing something, you just have to start seeing that as your energy flowing through a light bulb of a certain type. And if it's not the type of illumination that you prefer, imagine yourself literally unscrewing that light bulb and just looking at it now that it has gone out and realizing that you can change it. You can screw in a new light bulb that is one of your liking, one of your preference. Let's look at it another way as well, continuing this analogy a bit further. Imagine yourself in general as absolutely transparent, so transparent that other people might think of you as invisible. And light passes right through you. All sorts of forms of concepts and energy pass right through you, just like a glass window. Nothing impedes those things. The things that you experience are only when you decide that certain areas of that transparent being need to suddenly become translucent or opaque. You create that opacity that allows the light now to have a place to reside, either translucently, where it lights you up in that area, or even completely opaque, which means then you start reflecting that light back to others based on whatever the opaque area is designed to reflect, be it positive or negative. So another way to understand that this energy is always flowing through you from source is to understand that if something is feeling a little out of alignment, out of whack, as you say, off kilter, there may be belief systems that are allowing certain areas of your being, of your existence, to become more opaque or translucent, and they can be allowed to become more transparent, allowing that energy to just flow right through you like a window. So it doesn't stop. It has nowhere to reside, unless it's something that you prefer. And then you can grab it and become opaque in that area and reflect back that light to others, knowing that it is exactly what you prefer to reflect. And you can decide in what areas you choose to be opaque and what vibrations you choose to be opaque. And those things that don't relate to you, those things that you don't prefer, those things that have nothing to do with you being you, let them be transparent. Let the light pass through. They have nothing to do with you. That energy is for someone else to interpret in their own way. For someone else to take that light bulb and screw it in and get illuminated based on that vibration, that concept, that frequency. So imagine yourselves now in any given situation that you have experienced, may be experiencing now, or will ever experience, imagine that sensation that you are feeling, some kind of energy, some kind of force. It may feel like a blockage. It may feel like an emotion. It may feel like fear, for example. But you have to begin to understand that you are simply feeling another state of your own energy. It cannot come from anywhere else, because even if it does, as we said, you still have to create your own version of it in order to actually have an experience. You have to match that frequency to have an experience of it. And by doing that, you are making that happen. You are creating that sensation out of your own energy. No one can affect you directly in that sense. You have to agree to affect yourself. So allow yourself to start really understanding that whatever it is you experience internally in any way, shape, or form is made out of your energy. It's all yours, you own it, and you can do whatever you prefer to with it. And start thinking in terms of beliefs being these little light bulbs that you can unscrew and screw in as you prefer to do so. Choosing the illumination that you prefer. Use this analogy and it will begin to work for you. Practice with this, and you will start to understand that the beliefs themselves have no power. They're just a device to allow you to feel your power, your energy, in the way that you believe at that particular moment works for you, be it positive or negative. Because remember, you don't experience anything that you don't believe serves you. So even if you recognize you may be choosing things that you empirically and intellectually understand do not serve you, the only way you would be choosing them and having that experience is you have a belief system, you have a light bulb that you're passing your energy through that illuminates the situation in such a way as to make it seem to be the thing that does serve you. And then you have something to work with, because you realize that the only way it would appear that way is because of the light bulb that you've screwed into the socket. Unscrew it and watch it go out. And take a moment to examine all the different beliefs, all the different light bulbs. Choose the one that you prefer. Choose the kind of illumination that you prefer. And screw that one in. The same energy that powered the negative one will power the positive one, because they don't have power of their own. It's you that's powering them all. Every single moment. Does this make sense? Yeah. All right. So you can use this as a different analogy for the concept of enlightenment.